in.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the lead. If you're coming back, if it's your first time, welcome. I'm your host, Cortez, and we're here to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I'm here with some of my favorite two people, Team Baes and Team Beard. They back. They get made up, y'all. They made up like Kandi and Marlo, so they good. They good. What's going on, y'all? What's going on, Jasmine Antonio?
It's going good. Still black, still beautiful.
Yes. Antonio?
Oh, I'm good, Cortez. What's good? How are you?
I'm good. I'm literally just rolling off of work and rolling onto this camera. So, but it's all good. They say you gotta work to get what you want, chat. So we out here. What's going on in the chat? Taylor, David, TKC told me we late. TKC joined one live like a whole 45 minutes late, but we late. I'm confused.
Right.
Anyway, hey Derek. Hey Cheryl, welcome back. Nushka. What's going on, y'all? It's gonna be a good episode, despite the episode that I watched an hour ago, because that was kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I am really ready for this season to be over.
Yes.
I don't have any more mental space for it. It's just I don't. I love my black women though, but it's time for it's time for something new. And but we're gonna still give y'all a good show, of course. Like I said last week. A lot of these episodes and shows have kind of been like dry, but if you come to the league, you're gonna get way much more entertaining than you get on these damn shows. So with that being said, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're watching right now, I say it all the time, like the videos. Of course, Atlanta today. I don't know if you guys are watching Sweet Life Los Angeles, but recently a couple of us from the league got together and we did the first 4 episodes. So check that out too. It's on HBO Max. Well, not us. We ain't we on YouTube. They on HBO Max, and then okay.
I was about to say I need to ask for a motherfucking raise.
I know that's
you can't think that. Maybe you can find us on, WeTV, maybe on Zeus, maybe, but we ain't there yet. All right, y'all. So let's talk about the episode. So, all right, last week we had this big blow up between Kandi and Marlo. Marlo said she wanted Kandi to work. Candace working, she's actively working. She's going off and doing everything. And so in this episode, we are into the second. Well, we're still in Jamaica, and this is after the dinner, and Kandi is just kind of expressing how she is done with Marlo. And we're gonna revisit this, later on because it comes back up. But she was talking to, I think it was who she's talking to. Was it Todd? She was talking to somebody about how she was just like, what she done with her. At the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, Todd.
Oh, that was Todd, yeah.
Yeah, it was Todd. So that's what's going on. So in the next day of the trip, Sonya has all these things planned, and they're gonna have like this little track race in which it's not many people gonna participate anyway. But they have this, they all meet up and get ready to go out. Sonya gives Drew this tracksuit from the Olympic time, and she just I'm so tired of her and these little small digs that she be kind of doing at Drew, because she's supposed to be so over it. But like even when she was giving uniform and how she was saying like, some folks have to work hard for this, it's not just given to you. Well, girl, just don't give it to me. I'm just saying. Like, at some point it's like, girl, I probably can't fit this little bony outfit anyway. But hey, it's either here or there.
But Drew stuffed her shit up in there though.
And she didn't look too bad. She
actually looked fine.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't think maybe that was her track body, because Sonya, again, she got a little kid's body. So I feel as though, and Drew,
she takes it to the chin.
Little can of biscuits. But so she got in it. What I'm saying is that it had to have been a while ago, because she's just too small for her to squeeze up in there. That's just what I'm saying. That's all. Nobody shaming. Antonio, no thoughts? You looking around.
I can't say what you think.
Right, what you thinking? No.
Oh,
that's a first.
Because Team Drew.
Antonio ain't got nothing to say. This is gonna be a boring Monday, child. Antonio, somebody said, can they have your HBO Max? Derek said, you have your HBO Max log in.
Tell Derek he know what he got to do to get the HBO Max log in.
Tell us.
Oh,
What do you got to do to hit that HBO log?
oh, what? Oh, you know what? There's a lot of people in the chat fight for Antonio's time, and this ain't the place for us. I'm gonna move on. So then, she has her whole itinerary. Marlo, and this is the first time somebody's late, but basically we get this scene where we see the scene that happened, I guess, after the dinner where Drew is talking to Marlo. I guess Marlo actually talked to Drew about the whole Josiah being adopted by Ralph, and we see this scene, and I was kind of confused because it was so quick. I couldn't tell if was Drew going off on Marlo, like what was actually happening, but the conversation was Drew, Sonya, and Marlo. What did y'all get from that scene, that little small little scene they showed? Because to me, it looked like she was going off on her about maybe her questioning whether or not Ralph was adopting Josiah.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Jasmine. I'm sorry.
No, I was going. Oh well, I was just gonna say, and I didn't think she was going off, but I did think she was kind of putting her in her place. Because a lot of people still said a lot of things about her not saying nothing at the table. So good to actually see Drew kind of not even stand up for herself or her husband, just kind of tell Marlo about herself. And I think that even in that small clip, Marlo was like shaking her head and like, okay, I get that. So I definitely appreciated seeing Drew kind of give. Not even, I don't think she was just going off, but I think she was just telling her like her side of it, her truth, and giving Marlo like her place in it. So I appreciate looking at it.
Yeah. I think she was. I don't think she was going off on Marlo, but I do think that she was checking Marlo in like a nice conversational way.
Yeah.
It just wasn't a whole like, yeah, bitch, listen to me. But she was definitely explaining how she felt and why she felt that way and what her interests were going forward in regards to her son. So
Right.
Okay. I wish they would have shown in the damn episode.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be nice to show, we would love to see Drew stand up for herself, in real time.
Yeah,
Saying,
in real time.
it don't happen. We don't ever see it, so would have been nice.
What I appreciate about Drew is the fact that she doesn't approach situations kind of like how y'all might speak on Garcelle a little bit, but I think she does take up for herself a little bit more to Garcelle. But I think that she's just more like that's just Drew. Like I don't think that her silence equals weak is what we probably thought in last year and kind of coming up into this season. I just think that that's just her personality and how she does confrontation. And that's why I kind of stuck being team Drew. I mean, it was hard kind of being on team at first, but I definitely appreciate being on the team now.
But I think it seems like Drew doesn't catch like when somebody may be coming for her immediately. Like she don't catch it quick like some of the other ladies would. Like, damn, was that shade? I don't think she really catches it, or if she does, she just acts like it. She didn't. Yeah. She don't pay no attention or something like that.
Right.
That's true. I mean, she can be a little. I mean, she's a little naive in a lot of ways. I mean, in a marriage, in a friendship circles. Just saying, she is. I like Drew, but we gotta be. I gotta be real.
That's true.
I'm just saying. Yeah. How do y'all feel about Sonya's hosting ability, skills, and things?
I like it. I like it only because I played 3 sports and I was playing, basketball in college and stuff like that. I just chose the academic route. I like structure. I understand the level. I understand the importance of keeping an itinerary. However, when I travel, I'm the sleeper in there. Like you got to wake me up. Like I will sleep in. Like in Miami, I was a dead sleep all the time. Like just trying to be relaxed. So I actually understand okay, let's not harbor on itineraries. But as an athlete and stuff like that, I understand okay, need to be here. She really just wanted to show off her thing. I didn't think it was no different than when Peter showed off his, but he did have more of a flow and kind of just not so stuck on things except for the commercial. So I kind of put that in the thought of that commercial with the glasses with Cynthia and what they were doing, what she was doing with her husband. So I kind of just thought it was just kind of you could just tell when it comes to her work and the running and shit, she's anal as fuck. So I understand her on that level.
Yeah. Okay.
I do group travels. I like an itinerary, but I don't like a 9:30, 11 o'clock, 1:30, 2:45, 3:30, 7, 9, 10, 12. Like, bitch, give me like a soft itinerary. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me
What's
some
the soft itinerary?
How do we be there when we get
A soft itinerary is like, okay, we definitely doing breakfast at 10 or brunch at 10 or whatever, and then we're gonna do lunch at 2, and then dinner is for sure at 7. Now we do got a like a excursion lined up for 3:30, but then the other time it's just kind of like we can do stuff, but it ain't like a hard line like y'all gotta do this stuff. It's like, goddamn, like I'm tired. I need to go like lay down. It's 137,000 degrees out here. We walking around. I'm sweating. I need a nap.
So, okay. So, would you say that, as I'm looking at comments, would you say that this was a vacation or a vacation trip or a work trip?
It was both.
It was definitely a work trip.
I think
it was a work trip in paradise, pretty much. Like they were on a beautiful beach at a beautiful resort, but it was a work trip. Like, I'll be honest, I don't want to go and watch you motherfucking like Raw stutter and fuck up these lines at the motherfucking commercial. Like, I don't want to go see that. Like, it was like, girl, like this ain't
I think it was a vacation. So here's the thing. I'm gonna say this. Like, as I said this all the time, as somebody that plans trips, like, if you know me, you know I plan trips every year for my birthday, 15, 20 to 30 people sometimes. It depends. And so I used to be very itinerary-ish, but then I kind of, as I got old, I realized that not everybody. So what I do is I set things that we definitely gonna do, and the rest of it just kind of go with it go. With Sonya, honestly, Sonya, looking at the trip, she really don't have much planned for them. She really just wants to show them around the town, and
she wants to show off.
I
Okay.
mean, it's a little bit of arrogance that Sonya has naturally because she is a gold medalist. She has an arrogance about her that I don't think is intentional, but I think it's constant. Like, oh, let me show you my medals. Here's my jersey. Here's my land. Here's where I ran track. Here's some whatever Anita, whatever that woman name was. It's just
Sheree, I think.
Well, all right. Now I'm starting to feel what Asia feels, and I look like I love my heritage, but the switching of the accents is getting a tad bit. Just a little bit.
It's crazy that it took you that long to get tired of. I was tired of it by episode 2.
Well, I just kind of tuned it out. I just whatever. All right, so we're gonna come back to some of this stuff because we're kind of moving around. She has stuff planned. They're gonna go like around the town and see ice cream and shit, and I guess tour the town. And Kenya is not there, and they're calling Kenya, and she's kind of like, "Oh, girl," the message literally said, "Do what you do, I'll get right there." And so here's the thing: I've been enjoying Kenya all season for different reasons, but in this moment, I'm just like, well, damn, it's the same fucking Kenya. Because I just feel like I'm trying to understand why is she being this way, at least to Sonya. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know she hung up in her face, but I feel like she's kind of, giving a little misguided energy from hating Marlo and getting on Sonya. I don't feel like Sonya is just too deserving of the energy she's putting out. If it was Marlo, sure, but like it's kind of getting a bit old. We saw her hold up the whole cabin trip, you know what I'm saying? And in this moment, I kind of saw that again, but I didn't feel like it was warranted, especially to Sonya, who is the host. But nonetheless, she's late, and they show literally, I don't know if they edited differently or not, but they show her like just kind of lollygagging. I did see Kenya tweet about it, kind of alluding to that. Maybe it was edited, but they always say that. But how do y'all feel about Kenya just kind of lollygagging and it's like having no regard to anybody else's time?
I asked you, Antonio, how do you feel? I
asked you. Do I want to argue?
Oh,
no, I'm just playing. I'm joking. But no, how I feel about that situation is Kenya could have either said, go ahead and go, or like I'm not going. Like it does seem like she was attempting to maybe bait Sanya into some type of an argument, some kind of way. I'm not for sure why, but it seems like, oh yeah, I'm a hold them up and to see. I want her to get smart with me, like I've seen her get smart with Drew or something like that. Like I want her to try me like that. I think it's where that was going, because Kenya has kind of taken some little digs at Sanya, even going back to Sanya's house when she talked about the food being cold and stuff like that. So I don't know. I mean, or yeah, dry. So maybe I think she kind of wanted to see if Sanya would give her the same smoke that she gives Drew.
So quick thing, I did forget that Kenya did feel some kind of, she does feel some kind of way about the whole how it was a couples trip and stuff like that. Maybe I'm just thinking of reasons that she could think that way, even though I still don't feel like it's justified. I see people in the comments saying that Sonya's the problem, and but what I mean,
one person.
But then I'm also, why was she so adamant about them bringing somebody? We done barely seen the motherfucking plus ones that's there. We ain't seen
you know, ain't got no activities that has been couple oriented. Like I will say that
I don't know that Kenya went off and was telling everybody how she felt about the whole couples thing with Kandi in the beginning. So why couldn't she just come? I mean, I don't Kenya, I'm giving her take it. I give her take her. But in the beginning, Kenya made such a big deal about it. Be the panties, my coochie, don't buzz my coochie, all that weird shit. So at the end of the day, like I mean, in saying defense, like I can understand, like kind of being intentional about saying this with you. She did not. I didn't say that last time, but she did not let the girl finish saying it. Yeah, she could have not paused so much, but it's just like Kenya is sensitive about the shit, and she needs to hold that accountability of, because everybody's not like gunning for you on your, like everybody's not Marlo, everybody's not trying to trigger you on purpose. But I think that Kenya is actually a bully. That's why she does that.
Do you think that maybe Kenya was kind of dealing with the whole something in regards to her divorce, because she has been going through it for a couple of years? So do you think?
I'm so tired of that. I'm sorry. No. I am like okay, that's a later scene, but we can talk about it now. But when they do talk, like I'm so tired. It's always so conveniently placed. Like at any moment that Kenya could own any accountability, because whether I'm enjoying her or not, hanging up in that girl's face was rude. I mean, did I enjoy it? Yes, but it was rude. She took no accountability for that. In this moment, he held up everybody and had no regards to being there. She's been late. If you think about it, she's been late the entire season. Every time she literally is walking into every event late. And it's at some point it's like, that whole like, I am the moment girl. At this point, I feel like she is forcing
it.
Because it's like it's getting old. Like you can't be late to every damn thing and think that it's okay. It's not cute. And this is a trip, so I found it to be kind of disrespectful. Regardless she liked her or not, then baby, stay home. I don't know. Or just I from Kenya being an OG and the person we know she is, I would expect her to be very blunt on and very, very intentional on what she's doing, but she's kind of moving like, a little bitch. I'm just saying.
Yes, it's very inconsiderate, and it's constantly someone else's time. Just like Sanya said, if this was your trip, which we have seen, we walked into a goddamn bachelorette party and played murder mystery. Now, didn't nobody want to do that shit, but she made sure that everybody did it, right? So she was pressing, can we please hear? I mean, who's the murderer? Like, she was very pressed about it. So let's not act like Kenya would not do that. And she could say it was editing all she wants to, but we've seen her do that before outside of Marlo. That she, somebody say, are you coming? And she's like, da 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 da. I believe that's intentional. Like, baby, you gonna wait for me, but at the end of the day, like, this is a group trip. I don't understand why Kenya feels like she is so much more entitled than everybody else, as if like she started the show like she's Nene or somebody. Like,
but you know what? If this was Nene, I'm just saying, Nene wouldn't be doing all that. She would be like, I'm not going. At least I'd rather Kenya be like, I don't fuck with Sanya right now. I don't want to go. That's what I want. I don't want this little thing she's doing right now. It's annoying to watch.
Yeah. And then Nene would say that she's been late plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? She'd be like, I'll be down. And then when the girl was like, we trying to leave at 5, I'll see what I can do. Like,
yeah, it was all of
I didn't understand that because I'm like, you got on you got on a halter top and some leggings. Like, I don't get what was the
baby. She was going to the Bailey Bowl.
Right.
Maybe she was gonna drop it with Drew.
Oh,
poor thing.
Lord, not dropping with Drew. She probably was wearing Sheree's her line. You think those were Sheree's leggings? You think we got our
I don't think at that finale that site gonna be ready to launch, but
I
do. So after all of that, they had they stop at the ice cream place. At this point, she's showing her around. She take them to her neighborhood and her old house, and I'm like, this bitch thinks she Rihanna.
No.
I'm like, girl, you think we in Barbados, honey? But I'm like, okay, it's cute, whatever. I take it. On the side conversation, Marlo and Sheree have a conversation, and Sheree just kind of, I guess she's basically trying to hold Marlo accountable, but not really, by saying like, Marlo, you was just a little passionate last night. He was a little passionate. And Marlo basically said that, she was taken back and she felt like Kandi should be quiet like she always does. And I think that's her number one mistake, because, girl, at this point, we see Kandi is talking a lot more this season. Kandi is talking to Mayetta and just basically feels like Marlo was a hypocrite. And that's why she went off on everything on the night before. And so then at one of the events, I believe it was, this is when Kenya shows up 2 hours late. And she does have on these tights and stuff. She shows to the ice cream parlor. And she comes in, with her little happy energy or whatever. And Sonya immediately pulls her to the side. And this is when, Sonya is just like, listen, if this is your trip, I would have been on time. You knew, like, what's the problem? And I applaud Sonya for that, whether I like her or not, because I'm probably the person that's like, let's figure this out. Like, what's the real issue? I feel like that was a moment for Kenya to really say something, but she didn't. She blamed it on Brooklyn and Brooke. How old is Brooklyn? Like 3 or 4?
4. I think she's 4.
I think she's about to be 4.
Yeah.
Well, she said Brooklyn don't want to talk to her dad, and she had to have a conversation with Brooklyn, as if Brooklyn is like 18 years old. She had to have a conversation with Brooklyn on why it's important to talk to her damn dad. I'm like, okay. And this is why she is reacting the way she is.
Okay.
So I want to ask y'all, I think we kind of talked about it already, but was it a valid excuse? Was it something to use or no? Are we here for it or are we not? Let's say that.
Jazz, it's a no for Jasmine. So
I asked you.
I do think that she could have been in the situation. Like, let me say this. Kenya has been very open about how she wants to make sure that Brooklyn maintains a relationship with her pappy and all of that good stuff. We know that this divorce has been going on for a couple of years now, so I'm sure it's very exhausting and she's ready to get it over with. So Mark is an asshole. We know that. So maybe he is dragging her through and she just be like, especially if she's away out of the country, somebody else has Brooklyn. So she just has to be like, God damn, now I got to deal with this again. I'm supposed to be here at 8. And now here it is. I'm trying to talk to Brooklyn. So I would say it is a possibility that, yes, she is still kind of dealing with the whole divorce woes and trying to get her footing from that. Now, that still don't give her a reason to really be rude or inconsiderate or to even be an asshole to the host in this particular moment. But I do think that, yes, she, that is a valid excuse for being late. But she could have said at 8 o'clock, like, listen, I ain't gonna be able to make it. I'm gonna go ahead and catch up with y'all at the motherfucking Roosters or wherever the fuck they went to get the ice cream.
Oh my God. Well, no. It's not a bad
point. Everybody else kind of said, he says, I like Kenya, but no, we love a true and honest, real fan.
I mean, she has been making me laugh. I'm not gonna lie. When she was like, now bag that up, last week when she was like, that's how she said one day, young man, now bag that up. I ain't say that. Now that did crack me up. Now she hasn't been unbearable to look at as she usually is to me. But at the very end of the day, Kenya is a rude person. Like she just when she kind of does not like you, she's gonna keep on picking and picking and picking. She can say it was from the first day, but I dare not believe them people was just in there and they just got footage from the day before and just said this is what you were doing. I mean, come on now. Like I just want Kenya to stand. Like if you want to be the top bitch, then you need to stand on what you're doing, honey. I'm sorry I was late because it was too early for me to get up. That I would have appreciated that than just saying, oh my God, Brooklyn doesn't want to talk to her.
Well, but you've seen how Kenya has been in the past with Mark and how that kind of like impacts her, emotionally and stuff like that. Yeah. So I can.
But it seems to only impact her when she has to own up.
Right, because when her ass.
Honestly, we outside of the moments where somebody's trying to ask her something or get down to the bottom of something, she is typically happy. She's pressed around. She's doing twirling.
Maybe because she's not thinking about, and then when this kind of falls on her lap, it's just like, damn, now I got to deal with this today, and I'm supposed to be meeting these girls to go run this damn track or whatever. And
like David said, Brooklyn at home, like, now how I get in it?
That girl be hugging on Mark neck like
how I get in it, mama, how I get in it.
All of a sudden, the 4-year-old was like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Like, get the fuck out. You better stay with your daddy.
All right, so we not rocking with it. Seems like everybody else kind of not rocking with it. Sorry for you Kenya fans. We just not here for it. But like I said, I still enjoy Kenya this season. So on the bus, this is hilarious to me. Marlo randomly brings up that Simon bought Portia a damn Rolls Royce, and she's talking to Kandi. She was like, oh, okay, Kandi, you know, Kandi. Kandi. She like Simon bought Portia their Rolls Royce. And so Kandi is like ignoring her, paying her dust. She's like, Kandi, and then Kandi is just like, girl, I don't want to talk to you. And Marlo's like, you still mad? And she going on, and Kandi tells her, bitch, shut the fuck up. And I was like, when you tell somebody, bitch, shut the fuck up, you are annoyed. Kandi was paying her dust, and Marlo was just kind of like figure out like, well, you know what? I ain't gonna say that. Don't say nothing. Candy's like, you don't say nothing. It really just made Marlo even more crazy in my eyes, just because you already got into it with this damn girl last night. Like, don't be trying to be all cute. You know the things you said. Let's stop. Let's not be that damn fake. And so in this moment, she tried to apologize, and Kandi said, keep your motherfucking sorries. And I just wasn't expecting the energy from Kandi, just because we don't really see her. We never really seen her react like that to anybody. And I feel like Marlo just really gets on her fucking nerves. Any thoughts on this part? Go ahead, Jazz, because Jazz is ready. Look at her.
Kandi does not have the energy for anybody else but Marlo. That's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, Kandi is known for holding a grudge. I mean, if I was Kandi, I probably wouldn't want to talk to her the next day either. But Marlo has proven to be a girl that's gonna get up and be like, "What's up?" You know what I'm saying? That's just who she is. You're gonna either take it or leave it. I feel like, again, I stand on the fact that there was none of Kandi business to be getting into. So I feel like what Marlo was doing was like crazy. Okay, you're not worried, whatever. But at the very end of the day, Kandi, I guess she's working. But if it's not energy to everybody, I guess Marlo is the only person that she feels like fucking with her right now. So I mean, it is what it is. I'm not interested in it. Keep the work. I don't want to see it anymore. Thanks, but no thanks to Kandi's work.
Yeah. And I don't think what Ralph and Drew had going on with their son had anything to do with Marlo. So she should have never been talking about it at the motherfucking table. Okay. So I do think that, well, hey, shout out to motherfucking Queen Portia, who ain't even on the show and still motherfucking buzzing.
I don't even know why there was even something to bring up. Like,
because Marlo want that life. Let's be real. She want the rich man. She don't want to have to be working for all this shit and on here causing trouble. She want to really be at home shopping. She don't want to be doing that shit. She want to go to Paris and motherfucking Africa and Costa Rica and wherever the fuck else they be going. She ain't getting that no more. Her cootie cat, ain't nobody really paying for that no more.
Oh my God.
So
you know what? It's just crazy that Portia decided to leave the show so she couldn't be discussed and she was still discussed.
Right.
Even the small amount, like, and like,
It
I
was
think
just funny the way Marlo did it. I hate that people when people feel like they can say whatever they want to you or they can treat you however they want, and the next day when they come around because they feel like, oh, maybe I did go too far. I'm gonna just try to say I'm sorry and we're gonna start back talking. No, everybody don't
no,
operate
that's
like
not
that.
how things work.
Like you might have to give me a little while before I start back fucking with you because I don't like the shit that you said. If you say some old fucked up shit in an argument, that means to me that shit you've been wanting to say.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't really fuck with me like that if you've been wanting to say those hurtful things to me. So that was I don't like people like Marlo in that instance who feel like, oh, well, I said I was sorry. You petty. You need to grow up. No, don't motherfucking talk to me right now. And that's that. And that's what Kandi told her. And Marlo shut the fuck up because she knew Kandi was not playing.
Candy.
So
Bitch.
I feel like Marlo wants the kind of relationship. So you know how like on Married to Medicine they argue boots, and then they somehow can like because they're really friends.
Yeah.
She wanted that kind of like moment to where it's like, oh bitch, we argue, we can laugh about it later, but girl, I think she realized in that moment, I'm not your friend. Like we not like that, and we never will be. And so I mean, I agree. Like you should never just try to insert your way back in somebody's life when they, especially not ready, or after some like the things you just said. I'm saying like all the stuff she was saying, the her husband, the kid, everything is too much. So I couldn't
So
rock.
are we saying that? I mean, I'm not disagreeing, but are we saying that Candy didn't say anything that made Marlo feel that way as well, or
No,
was?
I don't think
I
so.
hope she did. I hope she said some things to make Marlo
Well,
feel.
so the thing that I'm sure Marlo probably receives as like being like going low, which we find out next week, is the stuff when she said about her sending the kids over there, and she need to worry about that, and she's not. They're basically calling her an unfit parent in so many ways. I'm assuming those things that hurt Marlo, but I mean in this whole moment, Kandi is not reach. Kandi is not the one trying to talk to Marlo. It's Marlo trying to talk to her. So they both, said stuff. I think even last week we kind of came to consensus that Kandi may have been overstepping it when she, bopped in, but it also was well, not everybody, but it also was a valid thing I feel like to say because if you look at the situations, yes, Marlo got her own situation and baby stay out of theirs. It is, so
But we don't know the conversations that Drew and that man. Like I feel like they've had conversations outside of the group. That's why Marlo felt so comfortable doing that. Maybe that's why Drew had the conversation with her alone because they have talked about it and with Marlo's adoption issues and stuff. Not issues.
Yeah.
Fostering whatever she's doing with those kids, letting them live with their. I think that it's like a conversation that could have been had. I mean, I just don't think that either if we can come to that agreement that either one of them should have just not said nothing. Then,
but so you don't think last week so who do you think started that whole exchange as far as the insults? Who started throwing the insults last week?
I believe you said why. I'm sorry, was he talking to? So I was just, I'm just playing.
Well, he said who did Jude? He didn't say Jasmine.
Who started
But no, I believe that her saying, "Why you talking? You got your own issues." I believe that started it for me because if somebody was to say it to me, baby, no, because everybody don't know my issues. That's not for you to say. So I believe that when it comes to hurtful insults, Marlo started it. But as far as insults and jumping in, I believe Kandi started it. That's just
no. Marlo clearly started the jumping in. Ralph information.
We're talking about Marlo and Kandi,
and that was something that they might not have discussed with the whole table either. So,
well, they was talking about the book and stuff like that. I mean, at the end of the day, the Kandi and Marlo, I believe Kandi started by saying you got your own issues.
I believe Marlo. I
think Kandi definitely lit the damn the fire or something. But as far as insult, I don't feel like she cut as deep as Marlo.
Yeah,
Marlo, and I'm not excusing what Kandi said, but when it came down to it, it's like before Marlo could even have a moment to be like, okay, I'm sorry, before Marlo could even think about like Kandi, like, what do you mean by that? Like, let's break it down. She went straight to it. You know what I'm saying? Which caused Kandi to also go straight to it. So the insult started from Marlo, and so I think that's why in this moment they both said stuff that was wrong, but personally, I feel as though if Marlo, they both should have sat back at their food. Kandi ate her food. Marlo wanted to eat some of Kandi's food. and so that's why on the bus she got paid dust. I mean,
that's like if I lost my job and then I'm telling you somebody that lost their job, like, honey, you need to get you another job. And then here come Antonia said, girl, why the hell you talking about that? You got your own issues going on with your job.
We discussed this in depth last week. We can move on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we already talked about that.
I believe that. We can move on.
Okay. So outside of that, we see this race between Marlo and Drew, and Drew ended up. I thought she hurt herself during the race. She hurt herself after the damn race, which I was like,
that was so sad.
It was sad because she knew exactly what it was, but they ended up popping her up out of there. And Marlo actually won the race, literally by a
did she? I think she won. I thought Drew won there.
But Marlo started early also.
Oh, well, the picture they showed gave that she won, but
okay, I couldn't really see, honestly.
Okay, and then we get to the actual iFit commercial, which happens, I believe, the next day. And now at the early event, like after the race, Sonya told Kenya and Sheree that she wanted them to come, right? And so she told them that. And so this part is a little confusing to me. Maybe y'all can help me out because I still don't know what the hell happened, honestly. Okay. But the actual commercial consisted of Ross, Sonya, Marlo went with her friend, right?
Yeah.
And Kenya and Sheree and everybody else was down in the comment area. What the hell happened? Like, I'm lost.
I was too confused.
Happened because we're gonna talk about like the issue that happened that comes from it, but like, did she not wait on them? Because on one half of it, it make it seem like they were late. On the other half, it make it seem like they never were communicated that they had to get their own ride. It's just it's confusing.
Okay.
I don't really know what's going on.
It seemed like Sonya went earlier. Like it seemed like she left earlier because I'm sure she had to do makeup, hair, stuff like that. So she went earlier. So it seemed like they had to set up their own transportation to get to the whole iFit commercial because Marlo I guess called downstairs and they was like, oh yeah, we have the bus. But yeah, I don't know if Sheree and Kenya were like waiting in the lobby just to kind of like somebody gonna call me and say they're ready. Maybe that's what they were thinking. I'm not sure, but that was kind of odd. I'm like, did Sonya not set up the transportation?
I feel like maybe she didn't communicate. She said a certain time, but like they said they were down there. I don't know if they went. I don't know. But then she made a comment later and said that Kenya could have got a taxi like she did earlier. And I'm like, okay, I don't really know. Personally, I don't think Kenya really cared to go anyway. It seemed like she was going to go. She did. I mean, but it seemed like Sheree is the person that truly wanted to go. But again, they don't go. We do see Ross and them do their commercial, and Ross is just messing up. The people in the background with their phones talking. It is. I don't know which one. If what was the Bailey eyewear? I don't know which one was more
chaotic.
That was more chaotic.
Yeah, when he finally did get the damn line right, Marlo fucked it up.
Laughed.
Marlo running in that Kandi and bra set was funny as hell to me. But Ross seemed like he kind of liked that a little bit.
I thought it was a tracksuit or something. I thought people running there, don't they?
No, she legit had on a bra and Kandi set. It was like a bra.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Because even I watched the after show,
her body looked good in it.
She did.
Drew talked about when they were in the bathroom, Marlo was kind of like jumping and saying her titties was gonna fall out and stuff like that.
Well, no, they were. When she was running, they was coming out.
That's not sport.
I was like, oh my goodness, child.
But yeah, when she walked around that corner though, Ross was like, that damn Marlo. I was like, okay, Ross.
I mean, when you put Marlo next to Sonya, thick body with the
Ross seen them yams and the ham hock.
Right. I mean,
Jesus.
I bet he'll want to have a baby to eat on this plane.
I wait a damn second. Unless she went to go change clothes when the prime minister came out, though. I mean, good grief.
Yeah, she ran up quick, so I was like, okay, that was nice, Marlo.
How y'all feel about the when Kandi was trying to read her lines with Drew, and instead Drew started trying to give her advice on how to being a good actress?
she asked her what it meant, she should have known that woman was long-winded, child.
Yeah, like, girl, I'm trying to read my lines. That's it.
But I was. It made me start thinking. Like, I wonder if Kandi has had some type of taking some kind of acting classes or had an acting coach or something like that, because it seemed like what Drew was kind of going over, whatever it was called, the Munchausen or whatever the fuck she said.
I forgot the word.
It seems like that would have been like some basics that actors going to acting class or actors going to acting class that they would have been taught. So Kandi was like, "What is that?" And what Drew was saying though, long-winded, but it did make sense.
Oh yeah, I believe that Kandi has gotten roles based off of her being a housewife, being Kandi Burris, and all that. I have seen her acting.
Kandi?
Yes. It leaves a lot to be desired, but
I am gonna be quiet because they said last week that we was hating on Kandi.
I was just gonna say
no. We can still be honest though. Ain't nobody.
I'm just like I feel the same way I feel about her singing.
No.
If we can say Beyonce ain't a good actress, we can say Kandi.
We sure can. Like Kandi, she just kind of she talks like she talk like that, and then she acts like that too. She's like,
I watch the Shy, and the Shy, she's just so. I don't know. I feel like every time she's acting, it's almost like she's saying legs, hips, and body in that same tone. Like it's very.
Hips.
Dirty. She just dry. Sorry. You liked her in the Shy, Danny? I didn't. I'm sorry. I couldn't. I can't get into it.
She had gradually gotten better. That's what I'm saying. Like at first, she just was kind of like Kandi. Like I'm saying, like she acts through her teeth, like she talks. Like, well, I don't know. Was you gonna let her sleep with us?
I mean, what are we doing, man?
I mean, when she did the improv, I wasn't her first season when she did it with Lisa Wu or whatever. She did that poem, that spoken word. I thought she did really good with that. But like acting on your scenes and like kind of knowing this, like how you said, on the smell, what am I doing? Am I playing with my hair? Am I doing like this? You know what I'm saying? Those things were very good pointers, but she was bored, so I guess she was hungry.
They even said that acting is
which one of y'all think she does better, act or sing? If you think she acts better, put up,
sing.
You sing better than she act?
From what I've seen of her acting, I would say sing, because she does have that one part in the Escape song where she hits that real high note, and she always, every time I've seen her do that note, she nails it. So
the truth I can't reveal. The truth I can't reveal.
It was another one. It's another one too where she does like the high.
Yeah, she's
but she always does a good job on it. So I'm gonna say definitely singer.
Well, that's new song.
I agree. You know what? Danny got the best answer. She writes music best. That's it.
That wasn't an option though, Cortez.
I know, but you know how this Scantron got an extra option.
No, I know. That new song she got. I do like.
Have to say none of the above.
No, you got to give her the right song. Now, if she, sometimes she sounds like a Billy Goat, but sometimes her tone can be okay. Like I said, that one song she had when she first started, I loved it.
Now, Nushka, I don't agree with this either. She a better housewife. No. But you know what? I'm gonna stop because I don't want Sammy to come up here and beating us up. So let's move on, Sammy. So while since they missed the iFit commercial, the other girls going to boat is Sheree and Kenya and what's her name? Monyetta and Michelle. That's how they had a good time, actually. I was like, I wish all the people could have did that. Like, I like that she split it up, but that should have been something. That would have been something that I would have wanted everybody to do. You know what I'm saying? So I would have planned it to where, because I would have loved to see everybody have a good time. Monyetta was even down there busting the wires.
Listen, that's what I was just about to say. Monyetta showed her personality. I said, okay, twerk some.
Right.
He lost out on that one, didn't he? I'm just playing.
Now they said Sammy runs Riley's fan page.
Got to be.
I'm weak. All right, so but on the boat, this is where Sheree starts to talk about her fashion presentation. So she said that she changed the name from a fashion show to a fashion presentation because she was worried about some of the pieces coming in and she wanted to lower the expectation.
Lord, I feel like that was good.
I shook my motherfucking head when she said that.
Jasmine, it's been like 10 years.
I know.
14.
You're right.
Okay, I'm sorry. 14 years. And there is no way you can sit here and tell me that you want to lower it. First of all, people, believe it or not, whether I want to wear these little sweatpants, stuff like that or not, people are looking forward to it. They're going to sell. Like Kandi said, she has a big brand that's not even a real brand yet. Right. But the fact that this lady ain't got this together, it's sad. Yeah. It's just sad. But at least I feel like it's a repeat of season 1. Like a fashion show with no fashion, a fashion show. She had to change the damn name. It's the same thing as when Toya had the housewoman, but the housewoman was outside. We outside. Like
it's a yard party.
It was a yard sale.
But you know what? I'm not a fashion designer or nothing like that or anything. But I'm just like, how hard is it to? It's only so many fucking spandex materials that you can find to make some workout pants and a motherfucking crop top, and it's only so much knit you can look at to make a sweatsuit. I don't get.
Sorry.
I don't know why she's not farther along than what she is. And also another thing that's crazy is like we see Kandi doing her, she reading over lines on the trip. Motherfucking Sanya out there running a boot camp on the trip. We ain't seen her making no calls? Like, I ain't. Sheree.
Yeah, what you're saying is like she just. It's
almost like she wanted to somebody. I don't know if it was Cortez or who. Like she just wanted to kind of fall out of thin air in her lap. She got all the pieces, and here, go put them on and walk down the runway.
It is people. She has the name and enough resources that she ain't burned. She don't be paying people. They say, but she has the amount. Like there are people that get stuff like that up and out of nowhere. Like Danny said, Kandi got the damn t-shirts out in like one day about being worldwide. Girl, just slap the damn She by Sheree joggers on the damn shit. Just put it on there.
And I'll be honest. She don't even have to do because I'm like, how much of a fashion presentation are you gonna have for motherfucking sweatsuits and workout clothes? Like it better look good. She could have dropped that damn link on her Instagram page, and man, she would have been in there. She could get her a motherfucking cricket and a
yeah.
Really. But she probably would have spelled the words wrong or some shit.
I will actually purchase some tights. I mean, her body looks good in them.
Is there anybody here in the whole chat and on the screen that's going to purchase She by Sheree?
Tights. I probably will.
You wouldn't do a sweat because that sweatsuit she had on when she went and looked at the material, it had the star. It looked like a star on the front of it. It was like a nice color and everything. You wouldn't do a sweat.
I would have to look at it, but like I said, I mean, her sweat, I mean, her little tights, she be looking good, and she can make her lift up and suck in. Then I'm okay with that. I don't mind. I do support stuff I silently do it. Like I bought Toria's book, I bought Evelyn's book. I just try to support when I can. If I'm watching your show and stuff, I bought the lip glosses from Jennifer. Like I do that.
Look at you. You better support Black business.
I do. Now I need to buy a candle, but I don't know which one, Karen or Wendy. I don't know which one.
Karen got the 3 wick.
Oh, please.
Okay. So leading up to the last scene, they are going to dinner, and on the way to dinner, Sheree is walking with Sanya and Ross and I think somebody else. I don't know who else was over there. But she basically she approaches Sanya and tells her how she feels like she was disinvited. She was wondering like what happened. She said she was ready, and then Sanya says that basically Marlo made a way that they could have cars. Sanya don't really want to talk about it. She's kind of like trying to push it off, and she's like, "Girl, like you tripping? Like let's not do that." In other words, she's trying to avoid all drama. And I actually was surprised that Sheree brought that up to her because Sheree hasn't seemed to really come at anybody or like address anybody other than Kandi or Kandi. That's all this whole season. Especially she's friends. And Drew. So she talks about her, and so but like I said, Sanya kind of brushes it off. I'm sure at this point she knows it's gonna be an issue. And then we see everybody get to the table. Drew rolls in her little what's the thing called? Wheelchair. And I was like, oh, poor Drew. When I see somebody in their leg prop the child, I go back to me.
Not triggered.
Because I get very triggered. That's a year ago. That was me. And so they all sit down, and when they sit down, Kandi asks she wants to hear a piece of the book. And the first thing I thought was, has Drew heard this piece of the book yet? Like, he finna give these people something, because from last episodes, she don't know shit that's in the book other than the forward that she just was told that she can write. Right. But he decides to read it out, and it sounds good. I like the last thing he said when he said, like, what he said, stepdad, or he said something about a stepdad. I don't know. I can't remember the exact thing. I should have wrote it down. But did y'all have any thoughts on him giving, sharing that piece of the book? Drew was getting emotional. She was about to cry, and she seemed to be really happy. Although I do think she still definitely wants them to adopt Josiah. I don't think that's over, but it seems like she's okay for now.
Yeah.
So, thoughts on that?
You ain't got no thoughts? You ain't got no thoughts?
Well, I listen. So when Ralph got up, I really didn't know what to expect when Kandi had asked that question. I was like, oh shit, here we go. Because you just never know what you're gonna get with Mr. Ralph Pittman. But he made me proud. He made his man proud when he got up there and said that and read the excerpt, and it was really good. It seemed to be, if this is any indication as to what the book is like, it seems to be very well written. Seems like he's put a lot of thought into it and a lot of his own words, which is a really good thing. And I think he looked really good when he sat up there and read that excerpt. So I was like, oh wow.
He looked good. I was happy. It showed me like a little bit of the dimensions in their relationship. I understand that he could be such a gaslighter in some instances, but I think that he knows Drew well enough to know, like, she probably would have, how she would have probably reacted if she would have got a little bit in the beginning of the book process. Yeah. So I'm a person that wants to read my shit first, you know what I'm saying? But I was glad that what he read, was, sentimental, and it was an emotional moment. So I was happy for them because they get a lot of flack for their relationship. So it was good.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So like everyone else said, they were impressed. Like, it was a nice moment. It shows that, I love that Drew loves him, because we know that he is not the best person. But I love that, what I'm saying, like, she still has hope for whatever they have going on. So I hope they, get through everything. But I hate that, I thought for a moment she was okay with him not adopting. But it sounds like she's like, well, I'm okay right now. We'll revisit later. And I don't think it's going to work out in her favor, because it's kind of already made up. And that book is a confirmation that he's not going to adopt Josiah.
And I don't want to bring it up no more. So if she comes back next season, I don't really want them I don't want to see strife in their marriage next season. So if they come back, I hope they come back happy and he be nice and don't be fucking gaslighting her and shit like that.
I don't want this to be part of their conversation no more.
Don't.
Yeah. I believe that it needs to be. I mean, my comments last week was that I feel like if you see that the man is not being productive in that child's life, then why not? But I actually had to look up, because I want to be a foster parent, so I looked up that stuff to see like how deep is the adoption of it. Like, that man loses all rights. He loses his last name. He takes on Ralph's last name. He doesn't have any more like relationship with that child. And I don't think that that's what the biological father wants, but there is a accountability that he needs to hold being in Josiah's life. He cannot continue to be like fighting for his rights and not putting in the effort to that child. Yeah. So I understand Ralph, I respect it, but as a man as well, you either need to check him or do what's best for Josiah.
Yeah.
And that's
yeah. Okay. I agree. And so we get to this last part after he reads the excerpt. I don't know what they're talking about, actually. I kind of was like doing something, but then Kenya interrupts that moment. I believe they still was talking about the book, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Was like, wait a minute, 1 second. Hold on. Because she just told me, she as in Sheree, just told me that basically interrupts and says she said that she was waiting on them and that they were supposed to be there or something like that. And Key interrupts the whole moment to talk about this. And Sheree steps in and Sheree says again, she brings it up again. She said that she feels like she was disinvited. Kenya says, "Who does their guests like this?" And I'm like, okay. And Marlo is like trying to stop it. And I thought Kenya was actually talking to Ross, but I guess not. She was talking to Marlo, saying like, "We can speak when we get ready." And Ross stands up. I would stand up, but I ain't got no pants on. he says, like, "I'm not about that. Don't fuck with my wife. Don't talk to my wife. Whatever." And it goes off. So I was hoping that was gonna be this week, but it's next week. But based off what we see from Kenya interrupting the moment to bring it up to Sheree kind of still going, and to Ross kind of standing up and defending his wife, what we feeling? Because I'm gonna say this right now, it's giving me get out of it. Like, let your woman fight her own damn battles.
Peter.
You know what I'm saying? But y'all go ahead and give me y'all thoughts.
It's giving. Stop trying to be a damn bitch. I think in this moment, because these women were cast on the show, and this whole back and forth and bickering, that's a part of what they do for entertainment. They are there to entertain. So this was a part of their entertainment. Let them argue. Nobody was really like going in on Sonya and calling her, saying she looked like olive oil or no shit like that. Like, they weren't going in on her. They was just
olive oil.
I'm just saying, like, they weren't insulting her or nothing like that. They was really just trying to have a conversation about what was, what happened earlier that day. So for him to like, "Don't fuck with my wife," I was like, it just, I don't know. Like, I've liked Ross throughout the season, but that kind of like made me be like, yeah, I don't know if but I don't like that. And none of the other husbands, from even Peter, I don't recall him ever like just hopping in when somebody was going at Cynthia and him telling them like, "Shut the fuck up" or "Don't fuck with Cynthia." I can't recall any of the husbands that have done that before. Yeah. That was odd. And it was odd for him to like stand up and be aggressive towards those women like that.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that. I think Ross is new. Of course, I don't agree with them. Like, in that moment, we were talking about some real special shit, and here we are talking about this again. Of course, the moment was inappropriate, but I do agree that Ross, this is a woman's show, so you're gonna have to let Sonya, do what she does. Now, he has let her speak her mind before. I don't know about this little particular moment. Maybe there was something we didn't see, or something made him stand up. But he did. Somebody said he was lame, and that was kind of lame. Like, you just stood up. Like, "Hey, no, get off my right." He sounded like Marlo, but I was here for Marlo, saying like keeping them from double teaming her, because at the end of the day, just like Sonya had pulled King to the side about being late and wanted to address it right then Kenya and Sheree should have pulled her to the side. They felt like that. Bringing them to the table was just like, I guess it's entertainment and stuff like that, but I mean, it does all have to make sense. Just like we say about Marlo, Kenya got to make sense too.
So I'm just going through a couple of comments. One, David trying to call us out, chat. He said, "Y'all were just going up for Todd last week. What's good for the goose is good for the gander."
Not Jasmine, David.
For me.
Well, I'm going to say this. Ross was not directly addressed in this moment. Marlo did address Todd. She used his name in several ways.
Yeah.
So, to be honest, if Todd wanted to respond to not only defend himself and his wife, it was appropriate, because that's what was being attacked, was their marriage and him. In this moment, I'm sorry. This was something. So Marlo, like, I think Derek says, he was happy that Marlo was stepping in. That was appropriate, but I didn't think he needed to step in to, like, Sonya. She has argued with Drew. We've seen her have her own moment. She argues with King next week too. So she is a grown ass woman. She's on Housewives, and yes, it's her trip. I don't know what maybe she told him beforehand, but I feel like for him to just kind of react, I don't think that was the only thing. That probably was like the last straw for him. I think he had been ain't liking what they've been doing. You know what I'm saying, or whatever in terms of like the trip and stuff like that. And that could be one thing, but like people saying the standing up was a bit much, and like say don't fuck with my wife. I just thought it was a bit much. Like he's defending his wife, but it's a reality TV show, and I mean at this point now. Maybe they still start coming for Ross ass. I don't know.
No,
I mean,
I think he stood up though. He should have stood up. Like, what you gonna do? Hit people?
You know,
I mean, he didn't have to cuss either. He could have just been like, "Hey, y'all, let's chill out," or something. Like, and I can see if Kenya was going at Ross, and initially, I think Cortez said it a while back, or Jasmine was like, they were interested to see, you know, what kind of sparks him to stand up. Like, if Kenya does something, and I initially thought that Kenya was telling him, "Hey, we can talk if we want to as well." But we can see it was when Marlo was saying, "Hey, you know, just kind of one at a time or whatever," which I was okay with that, and because I knew Sheree was gonna shut the fuck up. So for him to do that, David, I'm not here. I'm here for him defending his wife if it was a situation where they was about to beat her ass or they was really like gut punching her and going in on her and stuff like that. They ain't even really get into it like that. So yeah.
Well, we see what David said. If my man don't stand up for me when these hoes are getting me together, I'm gonna beat him up at the room. I beat him up after, I guess outside the room, at the room or whatever. Child, listen.
So I don't ever feel ready.
It should be the Real Housewives of Atlanta plus Sanya's husband.
If you need, my thing is, I don't ever go nowhere feeling red, honey. Just call me what they want. I don't feel red. I do not give a fuck. My husband get together on the top level. Somebody coming after our marriage and what we do for each other, how we're building. Yes, but honey, I don't care if you done said my braids is old and my glasses is crooked, bitch. I'm not red. I don't give a fuck. So my husband ain't got to get up and do shit for me. But I would appreciate, you know, some backup when some Todd and Kandi shit pop off. I would say that.
And this is a reason why it should be no damn couples trip. Leave your damn head at home. Because
clearly, your husband and your motherfucking friends at home, unless they are friends of the show.
He clearly don't know what the show is about. He clearly don't know that his wife ain't innocent. She may not, you know what I'm saying, in this moment, she may look like a victim. What about when it was all coming at Drew? You ain't see Ralph getting up saying, "Don't fuck with my wife." So it's just like, at some point, like, he needs to realize,
Listen, she needs to shut the fuck up and argue because they need that check. Like, I need my work check. They need their work check as well. Shut the fuck up and let her argue, Ross.
Kenya and Sheree. So I hope Sonya goes at Sheree and kind of be like, "Girl, like, you supposed to be my girl," like, because she kind of, but at the same time, Sheree did say she neutral, and I guess in this moment, I guess she kind of slick is because she's still, you know, hanging on to the friendship with Kenya, still hanging on the friendship with Sonya and Marlo. It's a weird place to be in, actually, for me. But hopefully, you know, Sheree's feet is held to the fire. But yeah, Sonya is not no damn angel. I don't care how sincere, I don't care if it's a trip. It is the Housewives of Atlanta. If Sheree and Kenya decide that they want to come at her, that they felt like she left them on purpose, this is the show to do.
Exactly. And everybody know it goes down in the group scenes.
In all ways.
Yeah. He said something that I wanted to point out. We have to stop the standard of men that can't dress women. Now, I do not like Heavenly, but I do agree with her when it comes to men. I don't talk to men because that's just like how I've just grown up. But I like when Peter addressed Nene about the things that she directly said to him, I found that appropriate.
Yeah,
if I'm saying this, like, your man is acting like a peach holder or a bitch or whatever, then my man should be able to address her. But in situations like just kind of like what arises between men with, she was addressing me online, don't talk to my husband. I do agree with stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. From the South. I don't know.
Well, Danny said we got to stop the husbands can't talk to the man can't address the woman. That's what Danny said.
Not enough.
We say that now, Danny. You taking our words and running. We ain't say that, Danny. Now.
No.
I think there are, like TKC, there are levels to it. There are ways that it's not that it's not appropriate. It's just a situational thing. You know what I'm saying? Right. Nobody's off limits, but if you put yourself out there in a situation, there are people out there today, this current time, that feel like, men should hit women, but at the same time,
Sorry.
I just feel like if a woman hit a man, baby, I don't know, you can't tell them what to do, and
Yeah.
so that's just some old traditional shit. The same with this is a similar topic, but it's all situational.
Yeah.
I just
It
say
is.
that. Right.
Me. Pew, pew, pew.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and let our first callers on. Unless y'all have any thoughts right now, maybe we can come back to it. But go ahead and hit that like button. We have a caller for today, and like I said, always subscribe to the channel. Our caller is going to be, hey Lisa, what's going on? Uh-oh,
Hey, darling, how y'all doing this Monday night?
what's going on? We doing
Hey,
good.
Yeah,
Lisa.
the reason I'm just saying for me, child, Sonya. And I agree with Sonya. I really do agree with Sonya. Like, if you can you made it to y'all, you made it to the whatever they would track, whatever they were doing to the ice cream parlor. So you mean to tell me you couldn't make it to where I was filming at? You took your time. Then King thinks she all in the moment, baby. You ain't the moment no more, baby. Now you was the mama. You Miss USA, okay? Miss USA moved on 20 years later, okay? Back, this was this baby. And I am so tired of her using that poor baby. Poor Brooklyn. She gonna be a storyline forever, baby. Mark can't do this. Mark don't want to see. But that's what I'm talking about. Some of that shit King be saying about Mark is a damn lie. Okay, we read this stuff. I really do. I'm for real. Let's look at. It's a storyline for her to make this man look bad. We don't know what happened in New York. He probably did want to see Brooklyn. He wasn't. He didn't want to see her ass. That was the
Nope.
problem here. He didn't want to see
You
her.
know
He
what?
he tired of her.
Talk your
You
shit,
don't put
Lisa.
this man down so much. You don't put this man down so much. Now I don't want to see you. I don't want to see you for. I don't want to mess with you. Let me see my daughter, and you want to make that's this gets on my
Yes,
nerves
sir.
now. You making excuses now, okay? So you want to make Brooklyn hold Mark and Brooklyn hold on story. Draw me a bridge. I'm over, okay? Okay, I'm drawing my bitch. I'm over King because you make the moment no more. Okay, and I'm just like you messing around. You waiting, had everybody waiting on that bus. Had everybody waiting and stuff. Everybody done got dressed. She said, "Yeah, we leaving at 8 o'clock in the morning." She told everybody the same thing about going to the film. She said, "Whoever want to go, you can come." You already know. I don't know what the hell happened. You see, Marlo was on the goddamn bus. Marlo got her ass up, and she said she called downstairs to see what time the bus gonna leave. Okay, why y'all didn't do the same thing Marlo did? Okay, I'm tired of that mess too. Okay, now here you go. They on the goddamn boat with this man. They got this man on here, and girl Kenya showing her can't show her kitty cat. Come on, she
Oh,
gonna come. I model for everybody. I model for everybody. Bitch, you couldn't name the people who you model for, honey.
oh,
Okay, let's be honest with that. Okay, I told you not the moment no more. And then you heard Sheree, so you want to be modeling none of my stuff.
Oh, hello.
Okay, no, honey, we not having all that. We not having all that. And I promise you, I am so tired. And I'm gonna tell you that. And I forgot to come here last week. I'm gonna tell you like this. When it comes to Todd, I don't care who said what. Now, if you was just saying, Marlo was just talking about Candace, that's fine. But you brought Candace and you brought Todd and her mom in there, and all that right there. So I can understand Candace going back to her, and that's why Todd jumped in. Now, don't, no, you ain't finna do that. I already know how you make your money, and I don't like. I promise you, I do not like when other women talk about other women's husbands. Okay, I don't like that. I don't like that. I do not
especially
like.
when
I
they
do not
have one of
agree
their
with
own.
that. Don't respect. And that what Candace had said. She did respect my husband. And I don't blame Ken. Like now, girl, draw me a whip. I'm over that mess. I'm over Marlo too. Tell you too. Yeah, she good for television. She making a peach now.
It
She understood the assignment. She's standing up for the assignment. But it started getting on my
real.
nerves now. It really is. It really started getting on my nerves. Let me move on so we go on. Let me tell you something that I just
Who wants to be go home?
so we go on. So you get like they on the boat, and I mean Kenya got up there. She said, "I know the mom." She got and started shaking her. I almost see her kick her. Did y'all see that
Talking
when
about
she
when they
raised
were
her
on the
hand
boat.
up?
Mama
Yeah, on the boat.
Yetta?
Yeah,
But
when
no,
her
she's talking
yellow,
about when
when
Kenya
her
did the
yellow
split
shaking
when
her
they
tail.
were on the
Yeah,
float.
what you
You're
want?
supposed
And
to
her
be able to
yellow,
show
what
your.
the hell you doing? What the hell you doing?
I mean, you can show your Kit Kat a little bit.
I guess, and I don't blame her. He had whatever the goddamn name girl used to be married to, whatever that girl name is. But let me tell you something too. But let me tell you something now. And she started doing stuff, good, and I don't blame for doing it because she seen Kenya doing something, and she said, "Bitch, we ain't finna sit here and dance in my husband's face. I'ma
Well,
dance
her
too
husband,
in my husband's
you
face."
think she was dancing? You think she was dancing in his face? Kenya
Yeah.
was.
Did you not see Kenya doing all that stuff?
I don't think
Did
she
you
was
not
in
see
his face
Kenya
though.
cutting up on the
I
boat?
think they were like in the same space
I
area,
mean,
but
it
I
was
don't think
on a boat. The boat was it wasn't that wide,
they
Okay.
was on.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
talking about. The boat wasn't on that way, so that's what I'm talking about. So I mean, uh,
Lisa said, "Don't dance in the clear near my man."
Lisa said, "Don't
You
dance."
do a little jig by your man, Lisa. We
They,
can't do just a
yeah,
little
I'm gonna
bit.
tell you, but
can they hit the
and I don't
Dougie?
blame her, baby. She got up and started shaking her ass on her own man, and I don't blame her. You know what I'm saying? No, bitch, you from no shaking, I'm gonna shake some too. I'm let my man know I got some too now. So you know,
Shake
say so
Okay.
I
something.
can understand, but I'm just saying it was for dinner,
Do it like
and
a
I can
thotty. Do
understand.
it like a
And I
thotty.
did. I'm gonna tell you, something, I thought it was so beautiful. With Ralph had done when he read that, I thought it was so beautiful. And number one, you can get it up, okay? You that Ralph and I would talk to the biological father. The biological father said no, he's not gonna sign no paper to give up his rights so Ralph can adopt that little boy. She can get over, dry her will. She can draw a bridge and get over. Okay, that's not finna happen. Okay, but I do like he said. He don't need no piece of paper saying that Joy is his son. He know that's his son, and he gonna keep it like that. Sometimes you don't need no piece of paper. You don't need no paper. You don't need no blood to say somebody your son, your child. If you've been taking care of them, you put them through school and everything. You did it there. You beat her and 2 o'clock in the morning. They gotta throw up and flu and bullshit coming out of them and shit. Hey, that is your child, okay? That is your
Okay.
child. Okay, just like on
Okay.
the blind
On that
side.
note,
You know what the woman on the blind side said, yeah, that's my son, babe, and I got a 32 to prove it. You want to mess with him? I got this 32 and let you know, baby. He work on Saturday night for him 2 weeks too. But let me get through though. Let me go ahead and get through
well,
before you
actually,
go
I'm
on. But
I'm
hold on,
ready
that's
now,
what
Lisa. Okay.
I'm for Ross. I'm for Ross. I am for Ross for stand up for his wife. I am for Ross for stand up for his
Okay.
wife. He said like, look, I'm tired of this. Let y'all argue for a little while. He did let them go back and forth. He said, I'm tired of this, and y'all ain't finna disrespect my wife in front of me. You know what I'm saying? I like a man who does things. I like a man who take kind of charge like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't
Okay.
blame him for doing it.
Okay then,
So
Lisa.
you stand up for me, baby. That's cool right here. But that's all I got to say, baby doll. I like your comment, Jamie. I hope you had a beautiful birthday, baby. I really did. I did wish him happy birthday.
Yeah,
The
I saw
other
your
day
post.
on him.
He
I hope he got the message. Hope he had
he
a
should
beautiful
I
birthday.
told him
Yeah,
I
I
told him
see y'all
about the
tomorrow
post.
night.
Oh, okay.
I
All
see y'all
right.
tomorrow
Thank
night,
you so
and
much,
I love
Lisa.
you. Love you. Hey, it's nice to see
Love
you,
you back.
Jasmine.
I see you too, Miss
You
Lisa.
too. You too, you gonna turn your. I ain't forget you turn your.
It's always a pleasure. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I think he did see your well, I know he saw the happy birthdays. If y'all know last week was Jamie's birthday. So if you know well it was last week, it was a week ago. So yeah. But nonetheless, we're going to lean out. We have reached our time, but today, thank y'all for watching. David said, "Ain't nothing like a live lean show, baby. Baby, I'm getting my David. I can't. I'm mad because David called in for Married to Medicine. He don't call in over here.
I
And
hope he call in again
Because
tomorrow.
we them girls.
that's fine, David. Baby, you got to get blocked like Angel.
Oh, God.
But no, thank y'all for watching. It definitely was a good show. Episode in my eyes was very mid, but I always have a good time here with Antonio, Jasmine, Asia, DBCL, and then you guys in the chat, of course. Um, Make sure y'all watch Married to Medicine tomorrow. Make sure y'all watch Beverly Hills on Wednesday. And if you're watching Sweet Life on HBO Max, we have reviewed and posted episodes 1 through 4. So we're going to be posting those up. They're not live shows. They're recorded shows and we post them. So look out for those. And of course, like
It's
this
free.
video, subscribe. And I'm gonna lean out with this comment. I think what did Lisa say? She said, draw me a bridge because I'm over it. Y'all
Yeah.
have a good night, okay?